think that's a decision Eddie will make later in the week, depending on where we feel the squad is. Joe's not just what he adds value on the field, it's what he adds value off the field. So, the front row have been in contact. We've been working together as a front row with Joe involved, giving guys advice. Genji's been giving advice. So we try and keep it as tight as possible in the front row. There's a lot of knowledge to be passed on, and what advice I give and what advice a player gives. That's just reinforcing it, and so the players have been really open to that, which has been good.
Thank you.
Thanks, Duncan. Nick Mullins, please.
Hey Matt, nice to see you again.
Nick.
Could you just give us an idea where Mako Vunipola stands in the pecking order at the moment, and the kind of thought that you might have given to bringing him into the squad at some point over the last week or so?
He's an incredible player, and we think long and hard before we make selections. Mako's right there. I think what Mako needs is to play regularly, to put some performances back together, which I think he has. So he's right in the pecking order. We think very long and hard about it, and as we all know, selection is Eddie's prerogative. We give advice to Eddie, we give our opinions to Eddie, we give evidence to Eddie, and then he sits and makes the best decision what's right for the team. And I think that's the most important thing, is that selection is what's right for the team.
I know this probably isn't a science, but looking from the outside now, can you just give us an idea of how that South African pack has developed, changed over the last couple of years since you were looking after it?
I think they've evolved quite a lot. Obviously, Dion has put his own spin onto it, and the players have matured. They're a lot older, a lot wiser, a lot more mature than when I had them. So they've grown quite substantially. Very powerful pack. They've been really successful this season. I think to come off the back of the Lions and then to go into the Rugby Championship was a tough challenge. And then you saw towards the back end of that how stronger they got. And I think in their first two games in tour they've been incredibly strong. So I think yes, I know the players, but I think they've grown substantially.
Jacques has just been talking about the number of penalties you as a pack in the scrum have been earning over the last couple of matches, and how it reflects in comparison well to them as well. What kind of battle are we going to get up front in the scrum in particular this weekend? What are you looking forward to?
Yeah, I think two passionate packs of forwards, really trying to put the best foot forward. I think the battle for momentum starts at the scrum. Who wins that first couple of inches at scrum time tends to be the side that wins the penalties later in the game. So I think the first half is going to be incredibly competitive. I think Andrew Brace is a really good referee, and I think he'll have a good balance on that. So it's going to be about the two sides being accurate and building their dominance throughout the game.
All right. Thanks, Matt.
Thanks, Nick. We'll finish up with Liam.
Matt, how are you? How are things? How do you rate your team's scrum performance last Saturday against Australia?
I think we're improving. I think it was an adaptation to bring in the two late replacements, and I think they did incredibly well. We had a really good plan against Australia, and I thought the players executed it well. Obviously, I think around our binding and around our engagement, I think we can be a lot more accurate, and that's what we worked on this week.
What does it say about the scrum setup under you that somebody can come into the squad out of the blue at the 11th hour effectively last week, like Bevan Rod, and go straight in and make his test debut and do well? You know what I'm saying? Some people would look at that as kind of a cause for concern, yet there was no concern for him. What's it say about him and your own setup?
Well, I think a big part of what the England setup is about resilience. Every setback is an opportunity for us. Every situation is an opportunity. You either attack it or you let the opportunity dictate the outcome, and I think that's Eddie's philosophy, which is brought into the team. So whatever happens, we see it as an opportunity, and Bevan just showed that mindset that whatever comes, we're resilient. We attack the opportunity and we make the best out of it. Bevan had been in June. He had trained really well. He's been playing really well for Sale. So when a player is well coached the way he is at Sale and then comes in and creates an opportunity and just has that mindset to be resilient, then things can happen for him, and that's exactly what happened on Saturday.
Okay, just finally for me, I'm just wondering, what are your emotions going into your first fixture against South Africa, the team you helped win the World Cup?
It's just this is the most important game of the year for us. We've worked really hard this summer, to bring together a lot of younger boys, and then brought it through into the autumn. So our team is growing, our team is developing. And this is the most important hurdle for us is the final game. We want to end the year on a high. We want to end it on a bang, and so we're putting everything into this game. So I don't think I've got particular emotions. My emotions about let's get this team, where we want it to be and to be successful, and this is the game that we've got to do it in.